Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Golden Peacock Yazhini. Today we are going to learn about Roman numerals. So, where is Roman numerals originated? Roman numerals are originated in ancient Rome. And where is Roman numerals being seen? They will be seen in clocks and books. In clocks, sometimes there are numbers and sometimes there are numerals representing the numbers. In some books, there will be the page numbers as numbers, and in some books the page number will be Roman numerals. Now, you know where is Roman numerals originated and where they have been seen. Now let's move on to the next one. One thing that you should always know in Roman numerals to do right in all the sums, that is, there is no zero in Roman numerals. That means there is no numeral like this. I think you know. Now, you know there is no zero in the Roman numerals, so you can't confuse. Oh, the zero will come. No. So now let's see the 7 basic Roman numerals chart. So symbol I and the value 1. That we can write it as number also if you want. Symbol I and number 1. I we can write it as 1. V as 5. X as 10. L as 50. C as 100. D as 500. And M as 1000. I think these are the 7 basic Roman numerals in the chart I have written in the board. Now, let's see the rules to write the Roman numerals. There are totally 4 rules, and in this we are going to see one rule, then we will see the other rules. So now, the first rule is the symbol I, X, C and M, that I represent 1, 10, 100 and 1000 can be repeated. That can be repeated 3 times. Like example, I equal to 3. How did 3 come for this I? Because they have repeated I 3 times and 3 comes. So I represent as 1. So we should plus them. 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals to how much? It's 3. So this statement is right. So next, let's see another example. X is written as 10. You already know that because I have wrote the 7 basic numerals chart. And X represent 10 already I told. So 10 plus 10 equal to 30. So it is a right statement. So we can write XXS as 30. Now, I. We have written I that represents 1 4 times. And I accept that 4 times when 1 is added, it equals to 4. But in numerals, we can write like this. I already told in the rule that it could only be repeated 3 times. Only 3 times. So we cannot repeat it 4 times. So how can we write 4? You should write it as 1 and 5. If you see 1 and 5, 1 represents 1 and 5 represents, V represents 5 and I represents 1. So if we subtract them, we get 4. So we will see the same thing in another rule to clear up this confusion you got. Now, another thing you should always know is the remaining thing, that the remaining symbols is V, L and D are remaining here. And what are they? Can they be repeated? No. They are numerals and they cannot be repeated. We can write it as V, L, D that represents 5, 50 and 500 are never repeated. So for you want your understanding, we can write example 10 now. So if you're writing 10 as your example noun, 10 is your example noun, and can we write V that can represent 10? I say that 5, I accept that 5 plus 5 equal to 10. But we cannot write VV to represent 10. Here I already wrote X equals to 10. So we should not write V, but we should write X. So this is a right statement. So regarding to this, I have another example, that is 50. We keep 50. And for the 50, we have the value as L. Can you see? Yes. So L. If we took 2 L's, 50 plus 50 is equal to 100, right? I accept that 50 plus 50 equals to 100. But one thing is, in the numerals, you can't write like that. For 100, it has its own numeral, that is C. Clearly, I wrote a 7 basic numerals chart that the C represents 100. So, this is a right statement, and LL is equal to 100 is a wrong statement. So, okay, now so I'm repeating the rule again. So I X C and M can be repeated. But V, L and D cannot be repeated. And if you want to repeat I, X, C, M, then you can only repeat it 3 times. I think you got it. So now, so we are in the next one, and the next rule is, if a smaller number is written before a bigger number, then it is subtracted. So example for that is IV. I already told you I represents 1 and V represents 5. So now V is written after. So we should subtract. So see, before, sorry. So a smaller number is written before means we should subtract it. So a smaller number, V is a bigger number than 1. I accept it also. So we should subtract the example. So 5 minus 1 equal to 4. So IV equal to 4. And in the first rule, I have written like 4, 1. And we told the statement was wrong. Then how did this come? And I told I will write in the coming one. So in the coming one only I wrote now. So we should do like I subtracted it and got 4. So this is how I got 4. So now X, C. So X is smaller than, that is 10 is smaller than 100. So I am minusing 100 minus 10. So 90. So 90's numeral is XC. I think you got it. So now the next thing is almost same but a little changes this. When a smaller number is written after a bigger number, then it is added and after. Okay, so to clear up your mind, I am going to give examples. So first I have wrote VI. So V is a bigger than a, that is 5 is bigger than 1, right? So that means I am adding. So I get 6. So VI, 6's numeral is VI. So I think you got it. Now the next thing is LX. So if you see that X is written after the bigger number. So which is bigger here? X represents 10 and 50 represents, L represents 50. So 50 is bigger than 10 or not? Yes. Then we should add the statement. I am adding it and got 60. So 60's numeral is XLX. If XL comes, what is it? Please say it in the comment down below. Now, after that, I have one example and a confusing one. It has its own one to explain to you. Like, V is never written to the left of X. Can you remind that? Like, this is a wrong statement. Why it is wrong? Just now I told that V is never written to the left of X. X is written in the right place and V is written to the left place, right? So that means this is a wrong statement, right? Do you agree with me? Then, after that, how can we change this into a proper statement? We should write XV to change it into a proper statement. Now it is right because V is in the right place and X is in the left place. So I think you got it. Now let's move on to the next one. The next one is L and D are not written to the left of a bigger number. That example LV. So L or D is never written to the left of the bigger number. So I think you got it, but this is a wrong statement. And what is the right statement for this? We can write as Vx. So I think you got this lesson, Roman numerals. It's very easy, but there's 4 steps you want to memorize. So now let's see some examples. To match. So first, X, X, I, D. So you know what should you do? So I placed all of the numbers. 10 plus 10 equals to 20. 20 plus 4 equal to 24. So I got 24 as my answer. Then X, 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 I, V, that is 10, 10 and 4. Its number is 24. Next one, X, L. So if you see 50 minus 10, you know how you should do. So 50 minus 10 equal to 40. That means 40's Roman numeral is XL. Then XC equal to 100 minus 10 equal to 90. So X 90's Roman numeral, that is XC. I think you got it. The last and final tricky sum that I have wrote, which is the longest sum I have wrote for now, that is 50 minus 10 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 equal to 48. So 10, L that represents 5. 10 is a smaller number, so we wrote after the bigger number. So yes, this is right. So I placed 5, then I placed 111. So that is equal to 48. So 48 Roman numeral is floating to its place. That is X, L, V, I, Roman numeral. So I think you got our chapter. So one more thing I wanted to tell you all day long, that please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and don't miss any other awesome videos like this one. See you all in another video. Bye.